Hey, it's Daryl D. Welcome back to another comic book haul video. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, and just show you some of the books that I picked up in the last couple of weeks or so. Um, I got some real cool ones, and some that I've never seen before that I'm definitely gonna have to check out. So let's see what I picked up. The first one is how, Resonant. How do you say this? Resonant. Have you guys ever heard of this book? It's on Vault Comics, and I've never heard of Vault Comics before until I picked up this book. And I kid you not, it's like every 2, 3 weeks I'm seeing another, publishing company that I've never heard before ever. And this is definitely one of them. I've mentioned before that I've been like on again, off again collector, and the last time that I really got into collecting, which was probably somewhere around 2006, seven, somewhere in there. It's been like nonstop since then. But back in my day, there weren't a lot of publishing companies out there. You had the two big guys, and then you had things like Charleston Comics. I think E-Man was on there, and then of course you had all of the like the Richie Rich and the Archie, and then all of those Hanna Barbera and cowboy type publishing companies. And then there was a few others I can't recall right now, but nowadays it's like, man, and I know I sound like I've been out of the loop, and I pretty much have. I've never been that guy who was trying to memorize everybody who was out there doing it in all these different companies. That was never my thing. But I think it's absolutely amazing that there's so many publishing companies out there doing their thing. So obviously, the first thing that attracted me to this book is the brother on the cover, and when I looked through it, I definitely love the art. It looks like let me find this page. You know, definitely feels like some stuff in the country somewhere. I don't know what period of time this stuff actually happens. But me spending 10 years of my childhood, in Mississippi back during the late 70s going into the 80s, this stuff kind of reminded me of me, and he's got his dog with him on the cover. So that was pretty attractive for me. I'm not sure what year this came out or how many issues. 2002. Wow, really out of the loop. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna start looking for the rest of these. I don't know how many books came in that particular run, but definitely gonna start checking those out. Um, Next up, I don't know why I bought this, and I just bought another one. Is it even here? Did I? Hold on, let's see. Looks like I'm missing some books, or they might be in other stacks for some other videos. Wow, that's weird. Anyway, what is this? Issue number one. I saw somebody like flipping through this book, at a comic book shop, and I decided let me pick up the first copy, see if it's anything that I'm really into, and we'll just see what happens. So this is Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. What a crazy title. Hey, well, it's got some samurais in there, and you can't go wrong with that. Um, I think I picked this up at Samurai Comics, but I'm not exactly sure. I think Samurai is where I saw somebody flipping through it. I think I might have picked it up there, but it could have been Dreadnought as well. So I know I got number 2 around here somewhere. I must have misplaced it. Uh, but I do think I have the first 2 copies. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see where that goes. I definitely took a trip to Jesse James, although it's not called Jesse James anymore. The last time I went down there, I realized that the guy who owned it, I wish I could remember his name, but he sold the business, and I think it's called something else like Big Shot Comics or something with shot in the title. I have to remember what that is or whatever, and start calling it by the correct name. But for right now, I'll just call it the comic book shop, formerly known as Jesse James. I picked up this, what is this called? Essential, one of those essential books. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. This actually has issue 1 through 25, and I've never seen these books until recently. There's a couple stores here that all of a sudden there's just a ton of these in there. And this definitely, somebody definitely like cut the end off of this and put this little spiral binder, whatchamacallit, in here or whatever. And this definitely looks like maybe it was came from a library or something. I don't know. And I say that just based off of what gave me that impression. There's something on here. This right here where it says teen and it says graphic novel kind of gave me the impression that this book was available in some type of public place. So I'm not sure if it was some type of school library or maybe some type of community center, or it could have been a community library of sorts. We have a lot of those around here in the Phoenix area. But, oh, I just realized we got Daredevil, my favorite character of all time and I started reading Daredevil back in the 80s when Frank Miller had started doing that. So I picked this up. I do have every run of Daredevil, happy to say. The very first volume, but I couldn't pass this along. More than anything else, it was a book. It was a book. So how you gotta like that. So I had to pick that up. I may flip through this. I know when I go back and start over reading my Daredevil run, I'm definitely gonna go to my comic books and read that. But I may keep this for a little while before I end up passing it along to someone else. I picked up a copy of Dark Blood, and I can't remember what copy it was. Actually, I think it's sitting over here somewhere. Anyway, I decided I wanted that Dark Blood run. This was released on Boom, and there's issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, and issue number 5. So I'm assuming that I picked up issue number 4 and I have that sitting in another pile for another type of video. Not exactly sure. That might be the whole entire run. Actually, I think I'm missing one. Either I'm missing number 4, or number 4 is sitting around here. Or I think number 4 is here and I'm missing number 6. So then I'll have the full run. I just remember, once again, being attracted by the cover, flipping through it and digging it and saying, hey, I gotta follow this. You know, I gotta pick up this run and check it out. So I'll definitely be doing that. A book that was highly recommended to me over at the guys at Greg's Comics is Deviant. This is Deviant number 8 that I picked up. This is the last issue, I'm being told, of that run. I still have not started this. Soon. But apparently it's some kind of, I think, guy who dresses up like Santa Claus or something, and he's like some kind of serial killer or vigilante or murder, something like that. But it came highly recommended, so I'm definitely gonna check this out. Now that I have the whole run, I can just go into it nonstop. I have been picking up issues of Philadelphia. I'm not really a vampire person in the least, for the most part, but I do enjoy Rodney Barnes, some of his other titles. I have 2 or 3 of his other titles. Um, so I just, because I come across Philadelphia pretty regularly, and I see issues for $2, $3 a pop. So I'm gonna pick them up as I find them that way, and once I get a full run, then who knows, if the interest ever hits me, then I'll actually read that whole entire story. I'm sure I said this on, I'm positive I said this on another video somewhere. I'm not really, when I decided to check out Philadelphia, I decided to get the first issue, to go for that one, because, it's usually that first issue that are the hardest ones to get. So I went looking around on online, and I found one, but it was graded. And I'm not into graded books. I don't own. I own one graded book, and it's the Philadelphia number 1. So what happened was, whoever was selling it, it was on eBay, and whoever was selling it, they started, I guess they were getting rid of their collection, or a big portion of their collection, and they started the bidding at $5. And so why not? I'll tear it out of the plastic anyway. So I bid on it, and I was the only one that bid, and I got Philadelphia. I think it's a 9.6. Like, I care. Anyway, I got it for $5. And so right before I got around to freeing it from that hard plastic nonsense, I actually found 3 more issues of number 1, and I got all 3 of them for $6. So now I have 4 copies. Can't be mad at that. Anyway, I recently picked up issue number 32. I think there's another one in here. And I also found issue number 26. So I still need a whole lot to finish that run, and I'm not actively, pursuing those. But as I come across them for cheap, yeah, I'll pick them up. Why not? We'll see what happens. But I do dig Rodney Barnes. This is a cool one. I picked this one up at the store formerly known as Jesse James Comics. This is Thor, Unkillable Thunder Christ. I don't know what that means. From Moonstone, and this is issue number 1. Now, I had seen this before. I didn't pay much attention to it. But then the second time that I saw this, I actually noticed that down here at the bottom, it has Eric, I'm going to butcher this, Esquivel. Eric Esquivel. And Eric Esquivel is the same guy who put out a book called The Blackest Terror. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about The Blackest Terror, go back and watch my video entitled My Top 10 Black Power Comic Books. And he's the guy that did that. Now, he's from Tucson, Arizona. as far as I know, I've been told that by a few different people. I think I read that somewhere. So I saw this one, and it was actually in a box full of autograph, yeah, or sign, signed comic books. So right there, you can see that it was signed, and I paid $6 for it. So kind of looks more like a modern version of Conan than Thor. So a little interesting. See what happens. Um, Next one I want to show you. For years I've been picking up the Sin City, different books from the whole Sin City series, the Frank Miller stuff, and Sin City being my favorite movie of all time. I wasn't actually pursuing these, but I definitely would pick them up here and there because they I've found them pretty cheap, anywhere from $1 to $3 a piece. This is the Big Fat Kill. This is issue number 1. And so I think I have maybe 3 more issues before I have the entire series, everything in there. And then I'll start reading those. Um, this is definitely Frank Miller. Oh, well, his drawing style had definitely changed from the Daredevil series that he was doing back in the 80s. I'm not the biggest fan of this style of art, but I am still a big fan of Frank Miller, so I definitely will check this out. And plus, this not only reminds me of the movies, obviously, but it kind of takes me back to those 80s Frank Miller Daredevils as well. One more last quickie I'll show you is this heavy metal that I picked up. I'm not gonna get into that too much because I'm definitely gonna talk about that in another video. But for right now, that's all I have. I just wanted to show you guys. I'm actually gonna end up in a comic book shop or two today, so I probably should have waited a day or two before I actually made this video. But hey, just gives me more comic books to show you guys. So until then, that's all I got for now. We'll be back soon. Thank you guys so much for checking out the videos. This is where you're gonna see a lot of or hear a lot about comic books, vinyl records, DJing, hip hop culture, and I still have a ton of old footage that I have to show you guys. So keep sticking around. Thank you so much, and until next time, this is Daryl D signing off. You guys be safe. Peace and love.